Ben Keane, independent analyst, to interview Rob Lewis, who's the CEO and founder of ROXi. I'm really looking forward to this one. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you.
Great. Great to see you, sir.
Mr. Lewis, nice to meet you.
Indeed.
Have a seat. Welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you.
So, for those who don't know, Rob is CEO of a company called ROXi, which was founded, I believe, back in 2017.
Yep.
You took on money from some unknown guys who, were trying to make it in the music business at the time. People like Simon Cowell, Kylie Minogue, Robbie Williams.
Guy Hands, even.
People no one's ever heard of, really, right? But if I asked people in this room if they've heard of ROXi, my guess is that most would say no. What have you been doing?
Yeah, okay, ultimately, well, we're actually quite new to Fast. Our primary business
But this isn't just about Fast.
Sure.
As a company, what have you been doing?
We're a smart TV app. We're globally licensed by all the recorded rights owners and independents. And we deliver a fully interactive music experience on your TV that's designed for the TV. And ultimately, we believe the TV can take over from the smart speaker as the way you enjoy music in the home. Why do we say that? We say it ultimately because the younger consumers have grown up with YouTube in their pocket, and they expect their music to be a music video experience. And actually, the TV is more than capable of delivering a better music experience in a living room than an audio speaker, particularly for queuing up music, etc. But also because music's fantastic in the background or in a music video format. In fact, music video will eclipse music audio by the end of this year globally.
In terms of what?
In terms of overall global streams.
Okay, so number of streams.
66% growth in music video last year, 22% growth in audio. By Q4 2024, you'll see actually music videos eclipse music audio. What I think is even more interesting is the TV is not being used in the way today that it will be used in the future. Most of this conference is probably about people sitting down and watching TV. Yeah, the TV can be on a lot more of the time if it's a background activity whilst we're doing other stuff, whilst we're chatting, eating, talking, even doing the chores. With music, the TV can be something that's being engaged with even when you haven't got time to watch TV.
Music video strikes me as a pretty competitive space. I mean, big players in it, companies owned by, or at least
very large technology companies.
Owned by labels like Vivo, there's YouTube itself. How on earth do you compete in that competitive situation?
Yeah, so I think most of the services that you'll see that exist on a TV in terms of apps are essentially a poor cousin to their mobile experience. We took the view that we should deliver an experience on the TV that's designed from the TV from the outset. And the very first component we took is it needs to be a full catalogue, but it needs to be music video for everything. And most of you may not know this, but there's only 1 million music videos in the world, but there's about 100 million tracks on Spotify. And so the key thing that we've done at the outset is deliver virtual music videos for the 100 million tracks that don't have a real music video. And we're unique in that way. So
that means generating imagery where there wasn't any.
Yeah, we combine under license the original audio track with photography from Getty Images of the artist or that genre or decade. So you've always got an audio-visual experience, whatever music you're listening to, even if it's something from the 1960s, whether it's EDM or classical or jazz. And for us, that's key because, when I grew up, perhaps an audio-only experience on a TV was kind of okay, but it's kind of very 1980s, and certainly a younger customer is just going to laugh at you.
So that's a differentiator.
That's our key differentiator, plus having a TV-centric experience, which kind of feels like Netflix, but is actually for music. And then the other really key thing is we're working with a lot of the smart TV vendors and pay TV vendors that don't own their own music service. So a lot of smart TV vendors have kind of focused, obviously, on films, TV, documentaries, sport, but haven't really thought that much about music. Now, there's Amazon Music with Amazon Fire TV. There's Apple Music with Apple TV. There's Google with YouTube Music. But if we take all of the other platforms, the Samsungs, the LGs, the Rokus, the Vizios, the Skys, the Comcasts, they haven't got a music service, and they've kind of not really done music. So the really exciting thing for us is for a lot of these major platforms, we're now embedding our experience into their experience and making our entire catalogue of 100 million music videos available through their global search, through their voice search. So effectively, when you pick up, let's say, a Sky Glass remote in the next few months, you can say, play Taylor Swift. The TV starts playing Taylor Swift, and that comes from us. So our partnerships with major smart TV and pay TV vendors are what will partly deliver the massive scale that we'll be seeing over the next little while. Partly also our launch in the US.
Am I right that one of your kind of closest comparator companies would be this company called Stingray?
Ish and no. I mean, I think our nearest competitor would be actually YouTube Music on a TV. So YouTube Music have 1 million music videos, fully licensed. This is not YouTube, but YouTube Music. YouTube itself, we think, is not really family friendly. There's a lot of content on there that you wouldn't want your 7-year-old accidentally stumbling into. YouTube Music on a TV is quite similar to us.
Okay.
But it has 1 million music videos and audio only for the other 100 million tracks. Whereas we've got music videos for everything. I think Stingray is quite a different company. It's very karaoke focused. It's not really delivering a full catalogue of music video service.
But they have moved into fast. They've got, I think, about 800,000 SVOD subscribers, so subscription subscribers. Yeah. And they're going to be something like a 250 million revenue US business.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
How do your metrics compare? Give us a sense of the scale of
okay,
ROXi.
so we're globally licensed by all the recorded rights owners, but we've only been launched in the UK for a couple of years.
Right.
Yeah? And our focus has been essentially getting ready, proving all of our KPIs in order to raise the capital to go and roll out in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah? And we're right on the brink of doing that. We announced at CES that we're partnering with Sinclair Broadcasting, one of the largest US broadcasters. We also now have distribution agreements with all of the major smart TV and pay TV vendors. We also have deals with Comcast, with Sky. So we're on the brink of going for scale. And a key part of that is our relationship with broadcasters and our relationship with pay TV and smart TV vendors. Our focus, though, is very much on turning the smart TV or the pay TV into a replacement to a smart speaker, because we believe ultimately a TV is better at doing music in the home with a music video angle than a smart speaker is, and that's 100% our focus. In terms of fast, fast is very cool for music. It's instantly accessible. It's available as soon as you turn on the TV. You can go to a load of music channels. So we've just announced a deal with Frequency and with LG, where we're launching 10 fast TV music channels, including Simon Cowell branded channels, one of our investors, as you mentioned earlier, which have gone live in the UK. We'll be doing similar things in the US and with other smart TV vendors. Ultimately, our goal is to deliver the easiest to use music experience, however you want to access it. You might want it on an app. You might want it on fast TV. You may want it actually over the airwaves. In the US, we're doing that with Sinclair Broadcasting. But ultimately, we're obsessed with creating the best possible music video experience with a full catalogue on your TV.
Why were Frequency and LG the right partners to start with?
Well, Frequency, I mean, obviously, the Frequency guys here are obviously here, and some of their competitors probably are too. We made the decision entirely based on technology. Yeah, we did a review of every single partner. Other people may take a different view. We literally made that decision based on technology, and then we came up with the right commercial terms. I'm not probably the right person in my business to explain technically why we chose them, but they came up top of the list.
Yep.
In terms of LG, we have a very good partnership with LG where we're integrating fully our catalog into their search. We're also delivering a music section within LG devices. They're very, very positive and strong about making music on LG really fantastic. And so they were the obvious partner to work with initially on our fast channels. But we will be, it's not exclusive, we will be working with other partners.
Okay, and I believe you already launched here in the UK around Christmas time, right?
Yes, in terms of fast, yes,
in terms
that's correct.
of fast.
Yeah.
give us some performance metrics on how
on the
that's been going?
fast, I'm not at liberty to give fast numbers right now today. Ultimately, actually, despite the fact that you nicely put me on the spot, but fundamentally, I don't actually have those numbers.
I've never
to
been
hand.
known to do that before. You're the very first.
You're the very first. Well, I'm honoured. Yeah, but no, I don't have the numbers to hand right now. Actually, fast, I have to say, is just one part of our business. Our core business is about being the definitive app for music on a TV, for full catalogue of music video, karaoke and games, both free and paid. And Fast for us is another route for consumers to access our content on a non-interactive basis. Obviously, it's always going to be the case that a TV app is better for music than a Fast channel, because apart from anything else, you can't skip a track in Fast. And actually, consumers don't like having to listen to music they don't like. But the great thing about Fast is instantly accessible. So those are the two balances. Our number one focus is delivering on-demand interactive services, but we totally get there's a huge market of consumers just want instant access to music, which is why we do both.
So Fast is really icing on the cake. It's
probably not our cake.
Business.
It's important icing, but it's not the cake for us.
And give us a sense of the business model here. How does it work? Because presumably some of your business is subscription based, and some is ad driven, right?
Yeah.
Today. So how are you seeing that evolve as we go forward?
So fundamentally, we have a freemium business model. We're very similar to Spotify, but we're not delivering audio advertising. We're delivering CTV advertising. And right now, today, of the consumers who sign up for our service on all of the different platforms, Samsung, LG, Sky, Roku, Vizio, whatever, 20% of them will take a premium trial within the first 7 days. And of those, 50% convert to premium and don't cancel.
Okay.
So roughly, we're on about a 90-10 ratio between free and paid. Fortunately for us, in the world of music, if you're delivering music video, then and it's streaming only, there's no caching, there's no portability, the costs per stream are actually relatively low, but actually the ad revenue you generate is obviously CTV ad revenue, so it's relatively high. So actually you can make money with free ad-supported music, which you can't on a mobile phone.
Who's selling the ads?
So in the UK, it's exclusive to Sky Media, the UK's largest sales house. They do all of our different platforms. Not on Fast. Obviously, on Fast, it depends on the platform. In the US, we haven't announced that yet, but that will be announced at the end of March.
And how important is the karaoke element to your business?
So I guess when we look at our viewer numbers, and going back to that idea of people enjoying music on their TV, in the week, our consumers are listening to music in the background. They might be playing with their kids, chatting with their friends, drinking, reading a book, doing the hoovering, but it's probably not their primary focus, which is why it's so exciting in terms of increasing engagement time on the TV. Obviously something every smart TV vendor is very focused on. The karaoke and the interactive music games are a completely different beast. That's a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. We have our peak utilization at those times, but only at those points of the week, essentially when friends and family are coming together. It's a strong differentiator, particularly what we call music video karaoke, where we're superimposing music videos and karaoke lyrics on top of the screen, which is unique to us because we have the primary licensing from the recorded rights owners as well as the publisher. And that's actually our most popular bit of karaoke. There are karaoke experts in the world who love to not have any idea how the song goes because it's in their head, but it turns out 90% of the population actually want to sing with their original artist if they got the choice. I mean, karaoke is also important to us because we give away free karaoke microphones to everyone who takes our premium service, and that's one of the reasons we have such a high proportion of new users taking up premium.
And that's quite a subscription driver then.
It's a very strong subscription driver, yeah.
Don't give one to me, I would break it.
Well, I've got one here for you for later. despite the difficult questions, we'll have a sing-along later, perhaps.
I'm world famous for my ability to break karaoke machines. I believe one of the, just for the technical nerds in the room, one of the interesting things you're doing in the US is doing something with ATSC3,
Yes, that's correct.
which is providing some interactivity capability on a broadcast signal, right? So
Yeah, so this is actually quite interesting. We made this announcement at CES, and it kind of went off like a rocket. In fact, we went to CES thinking we were making a few small announcements. We left with the Washington Post saying we were one of the top 3 announcements, which, given the level of announcements you get at CES, was quite bananas. So what did we actually announce? Well, we've been working with Sinclair Broadcasting, who own 40% of the broadcasting market in the US. As some of you will know, but not everyone, I'm sure, ATSC 3.0 is the new digital standard for broadcasting on TV in the US. It's primarily known about higher quality picture quality and higher quality audio quality, but it also allows you within the EPG to create, shall we say, hybrid experiences that use the broadcast capability as well as the IP connectivity of the device. And essentially what we announced at CES was that we would be launching the world's first fully interactive music channel. So if you imagine MTV, where you turn on MTV for free on your TV, there's no app involved, you turn on the channel, or you skip to the channel, the music video starts at the beginning, play controls appear, and despite the fact that it's actually a linear TV channel, you can skip, you can change channel, you can even search, yeah?
As if by magic.
As if by magic, yeah? And actually, we went to CES with Sinclair Broadcasting thinking we were just announcing an interactive music channel, but as a result of CES, we've now had a very large number of content owners saying, actually, can we do interactive TV channels over ATSC 3.0 across the US? So not wanting to scupper my announcements at the NAB event in Las Vegas in April, but essentially we'll be working with all the major US broadcasters to deliver a whole series of interactive TV channels that will be distributed and broadcast across America, clearly focusing on content that is most exciting if you can just skip, TikTok style. We think it's important because the younger generation, who perhaps don't get linear TV, have grown up expecting to be able to swipe right whenever they want. They're not used to the idea of, in a news program, having to watch 4 minutes of a bit of the news that they're not interested in. They expect just to be able to swipe right. And so in order to make linear or broadcast TV exciting or acceptable or relevant to a younger customer, we believe delivering interactivity within broadcast TV is key. And possibly some of this may become relevant to fast TV in future periods, yeah?
I think it will. We've got about 2 minutes left if anyone has a question out there. Yeah. Is there a mic near the back as well or no? Sam,
I'm on my way.
Sprint.
This is what I've been jogging for.
Thank you. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Just you were just mentioning your ATSC 3.
ATSC 3.0.
It's a bit of a mouthful. Your launch of that in the US. I was just wondering, is there any interest now that you're launching fast in the UK? Is there any interest in maybe having interactive aspects come to Europe with HBB TV, or is that not in your books right now?
Yeah, that's definitely of interest to us. But I'll be honest, is that we've got a very short-term, aggressive focus on next-gen TVs. It's a bit of easier, less of a mouthful than ATSC 3.0. Essentially because all the big US broadcasters in the US, which are very substantial in scale, are very, very committed to rapidly turning linear broadcast TV into something exciting again. And the weight and the power of the market they have in the US, and ultimately it's the world's biggest music market, means that we think we can do, we're talking about doing 20 national interactive TV channels based on content that works very well for short-form, skippable content, not huge numbers of channels, and doing that in a relatively short window. The tech that we've built is definitely applicable to Europe too, but right now we're focusing very much on the US market.
How does the business model work, Rob, there between you and Sinclair, for example?
Okay, good question.
Rev share? How does it work?
So it's all about you take content that might be available on a linear TV or indeed on fast TV. You reorganize it so that it's fully skippable and interactive. So for example, you turn on the news. It starts at the beginning of the news, even if you're 5 minutes late for the news. You're watching the news and you get to a segment on the Bulgarian general election. You're not interested in the Bulgarian general election, press skip, move to the next segment. Suddenly I want to go to the sport, just jump to sport. So it's delivering the full interactivity of an OTT app without the need to download an app or install an app.
I get the functionality. Tell me about the money.
Okay, and the money is very good. I can see why you get this job frequently. The money is basically, broadly speaking, 60% goes to the content owner, and the rest is split between us and the broadcasters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
We're out of time.
Okay, fabulous.
That was a great pleasure.
Thank you so much,
you.
sir.